Oh yeah, I'm excited to put this in my coffee. Vanilla chocolate mint. This is bomb. Welcome back to the Padilla family homestead. We are back in the kitchen. Today I have some mint. It is later in the afternoon. I probably should have picked this morning, but I didn't, so I didn't take my phone out there because I didn't want it to overheat. But I have chocolate mint, spearmint, a little bit of strawberry mint, and some peppermint. These plants were way overgrown. Some of it was dangling out of the GreenStalk onto the ground. Some of it's spreading the way I want it to. A lot of it has caterpillars. So I need to rinse before we do anything. But we're talking about 3 ways to preserve your mint and use it in the future. And we're going to have fun with that. The first part, though, is prepping it. So whether I am dehydrating it or creating a simple syrup out of it, or I am preserving it in sugar, I need to make sure it's caterpillar free. So I have some water in here, and I'm going to pop some vinegar in. We won't be able to taste this vinegar in the finished product, but it does help to get this, get all the blech off of each of the items. So I'm going to start with the chocolate mint, and I'm kind of just going to spot check it first and make sure there's nothing that I really need to tear off before putting it in. You can see the trail. Chocolate mint loves to trail. It is very good at spreading. So if you want something to take over, chocolate mint is the way to do it. So I'll pop that in there. So each type of mint pretty much has its own benefits. Some have the same benefits. I haven't gone into each mint and what their benefits are. Some are just their flavor, is why I choose them. But chocolate mint is very productive, and it spreads, and it has a very fun flavor. I don't taste a ton of chocolate in it in the ways I've used it in like tea and stuff. So we'll see if any of these other ways change that up. Where peppermint, we all know that aids in digestion. I think all mints kind of help you cool down and regulate that temperature in your body. So when it's super hot outside, a cup of cold iced mint tea is amazing. Peppermint, though, really has a lot to do with the stomach digestion, and I think with better sleep and cognitive health. I'm going to leave that in there for a few minutes. So the better sleep, cognitive health, and so forth. Whereas spearmint actually helps with hormone balance. It's something people with PCOS probably should be, women with PCOS should be drinking spearmint tea and so forth. It actually, I did not realize this, but spearmint helps with balance, can help with balancing blood sugar as well. I saw that when I was verifying my information before I did this video. So that's something, spearmint tea is something we do a lot. It just has that special scent that reminds me of gum, like childhood, brings it back. Whereas strawberry mint, I just love the flavor of. My pineapple mint pretty much is mostly dead, so we're not going to get anything off of that. So each thing is going to have its own benefits and uses, and each flavor profile, I am sure, is going to have its own best applications. So we are going to do a simple syrup today, and we are going to do a flavored sugar, mint sugar, And then we are going to dry some of this, and I'm going to go ahead and use my dehydrator today for these. So I'm just giving this a few more minutes to make sure anything that was on here is loosened up by the vinegar and water, and then I will take this and rinse it off in the sink. So I think what I'm going to do is make the simple syrup with the strawberry mint today. So if it was closer to Christmas, I would do actually chocolate mint may not be bad. So if it pulls the more chocolatey flavor, I'm like, I don't really want that in my iced teas and stuff. And so I was debating that, but a chocolate mint simple syrup or a mint simple syrup could be really good just in coffee. So that's what I was thinking, is that this would be really good added to hot cocoa or to coffee, anything like that. So maybe I will do the chocolates mint today, because I have the most of that. Although I feel like the strawberry mint is going to be the best application for teas and things. So we are going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to rinse this and get a few of my things ready, and we'll come back once this is all rinsed and laid out and get ready for the next steps. So all I did was take this mint, take it over to the sink, rinse it out, and then I laid it out on a paper towel. You can use a cloth towel, whatever you want to do. And I was really trying to check for bugs and things. I will say my peppermint was the worst out of everything. I've really had a really hard time with it, and it hasn't had a lot of strong flavor. So I went ahead and tossed the peppermint. It just has been really weird, but everything else I have out and drying. Okay, so first up, we're gonna do equal parts of sugar and water in a pot. I'm not gonna turn this on till I have it filled, especially since it's a smaller pot. So this is gonna be a simple syrup. Alright, so we have about 3/4 a cup of sugar. So I'm going to do that same amount in water. Alright, so I'm going to get this up to a boil. And I'm going to put it on a medium for now. So mine's going to be a little darker because I'm using this organic cane sugar that has the darker color. My most recent batch came in this lighter color right here, so it's just hit and miss on what color it is. But if you're using a white sugar, then it is going to come back a very light color. So just know that that is a difference. I feel like I should be using this burner, actually. We're going to switch things around. It's so little in the pot, you can't really see it. I'm trying to get you in. So this is what we're looking like right now. And we are just going to allow this to bubble up. While it's getting ready, we're going to prep a couple of our ingredients. So I decided that I wanted a vanilla chocolate mint simple syrup. So I'm going to take one of these older beans that I have from my vanilla extract I made years ago. And we are going to go ahead and unknot this, untie it. And then I'm going to go ahead and split this open. And because this is from extract, this one wasn't sitting in the alcohol so much anymore. It had a bunch absorbed into it. But this is your caviar. This is what gives you the speckles. So I want to have that ready to put in, along with the vanilla bean. When it comes down to, we're going to bring it to a boil, and then we're going to let it simmer for like 10 minutes, and we'll put the vanilla bean in, and we'll put our chocolate mint in. I'm going to put way more than I probably should in. I'm going to leave it on the strands. That way it it's easier to get out. So I have this set aside to go in also. And I'm going to bring you down again so you can see we're already starting to boil. This burner heats up pretty fast, and I really don't want this to burn. But this particular one, I am actually going to be stirring it. Normally when I make my caramel, I don't stir at this point. You really want to be careful not to get the sugar up on the edges. And basically all you're doing is dissolving the sugar, right? And then, hold on. So we are at a rapid boil. This is definitely coming down in heat now, and we are going to simmer. I'm going to lift that for a second so it doesn't burn. There you go. I brought the temperature down. It's going to take it a second because it's an electric stove to drop that temperature. So basically all we're doing is dissolving the sugar and letting some of this water evaporate out to create a thicker syrup type consistency that's going to be sweet. So now we are going to, I'm going to go and drop it just a little bit more, and we're going to set a timer for 10 minutes, and I'm going to pop this stuff in. So the first thing I'm going to pop in is this vanilla bean caviar, basically. And I'll pop in this vanilla bean. And then I'm going to take, oh, that smells so good. And then I'm going to take this mint and go ahead and pop this in. So you want to be careful because that actually has extract in it. So normally I would add that, like I would want a dry bean if I could, but I chose a drier bean on purpose. Heated up alcohol can cause a lot of injury, so you really want to be careful around that. But in this instance, I think we are going to be golden. Most of this mint has shriveled up. So it's shriveled up, and it's just really the sticks that you see mainly. Trying to break up that caviar. Really make sure this stuff gets in here and it steeps. That heat needs to go up just a little bit more again because it still needs to be a low boil. And so now we are gonna simmer this for the 10 minutes, and I will stir occasionally, and then we'll come back. Okay, so we have about 6 minutes-ish left on that timer. So all I am doing, I rinsed this out because it's been sitting, is we're going to get this hooked up and put what we want in here and get this started. How did I get dust on the inside? I'm trying to figure that out. I thought my lid was on. Maybe it wasn't the whole time. Alright. Alright, so we'll put our blade in. I'm not going to put this in yet. And I'm just doing a small amount of sugar because if I start using the sugar, I'll do more of this, but for the most part, I just want a small amount. I don't bake a ton of minty things, but I want to have that option. And so again, chocolate mint is what I have the most of. That is the one that I'm primarily going to be doing all the projects with, just because this is what I have the most of right now, and it's going to make me the quantity of stuff that I need. I'm just again checking to see if anything held on. I want some prettier leaves here. Apparently I didn't have any caterpillars in that water, and so I'm kind of curious if the caterpillar poop that I saw was just from the plants above it, because I know my calendula is being eaten like crazy right now. But I don't know. That one's kind of a gross leaf. Anyway, so you'll pick your flavor that you want. These should be drier. I have them a tiny bit wetter right now. They should be drier than this. For best practice, I am going to lay these out because they're not dry. I'm going to lay them out but cover them with a paper towel so nothing lands on them. And allow these to dry out a little bit. But I am just taking, you don't need a ton because I'm really not making a ton of this sugar. If I find I start using it more, then I will do another harvest and do more. Man, this mint is beat up. It's kind of sad. Alright, so I'm going to go get the sugar. I'm going to bring this over to the sugar. Alright, so I had a quick detour I had to take. This, first of all, is almost done. Let's get you down here. It's definitely thickening up. It smells amazing. I'm almost thinking I didn't put enough mint in, but we'll see. So this smells great. What I'm going to do is give it another minute, and then I'll just turn this heat off, and I'm going to let it just sit a little longer to cool down while we do this next project, and then we can switch over. So then I'm just going to put some sugar on top of the mint. I did a lot less stem this time than I did boiling, because boiling you're going to take it out and it's not a big deal. But sugar, there's no reason to do that. And then we're going to turn this on. I'm going to go ahead and I want to mix the stuff that's stuck to the bottom up. I want to try this. Oh yeah. Oh, that's super minty. That's good. I can see this if people don't like honey in tea, doing sugar in tea. I can see sprinkling this on top of brownies, or using it in place. Ooh, in place of regular sugar and brownies, this would be delicious. Yeah, this tastes very good. I don't know why I haven't done this earlier. These are the kind of things, when you make these, it's stuff that you wouldn't normally buy yourself because it costs so much more. Oh, I was going to lay this out. Before I put it in here, I'm going to just put it on a plate and lay it down. So sugar is a preservative, just like salt is, and you can preserve a lot of things in sugar. Now, the fresh greenness that's in here, that's probably not going to stay this beautiful green color as time goes by. That is going to turn into more of a darker green, is my guess. That's what happened with the herb salt that I made before. Now, you could totally make mint salt. I just don't know. Like if you did margaritas or something, I guess that would be good. We don't drink margaritas, so we have no reason. But could you imagine a mint salt or something along those lines? So good. Okay, so I'm going to let this dry out overnight. And then I'll put it in this jar. Beautiful. I am going to go ahead and put a paper towel over this. I need to get some more hand towels. That's why I'm using so many paper towels, because I actually need more hand towels. Okay, so we'll get some airflow on that. Even with the paper towels, it'll be able to breathe. Now it's time to strain the last project. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is take this. I don't have smaller jars right now. This would be better in a smaller jar, or even a jar where you can easily pour out of it. I don't have that right now. I wanted to let this cool just a little bit. It's still pretty hot, but I want to get this vanilla bean out of here. I'm using a mason jar. If you want to be careful, you don't want to shock your jar. My husband's holding this up for me. You might need to lift it because it'll pour weird. There you go. And this is going to strain all the mint bits out, but it will leave the vanilla bean caviar in it. Thank you. That was all. This smells so good. Just a little bit here. You can see it's tan. It has the speckles in it. It's pretty cool. This darn flies. Ooh, that's really good. Oh yeah, I'm excited to put this in my coffee. Vanilla chocolate mint. This is bomb. Bomb.com. So I need to get smaller jars, but this is what I have for right now. So this is what I'm putting it in, and then I will after this cools down, I will store this in the fridge, and it's good for about a month. I think I'm actually going to go make some coffee because I don't need coffee at 4 o'clock, but I have decaf. So I'm going to go make some coffee and put this in it and try it. While that coffee is brewing, I'm going to go over with you. I need these to dry more, so I'm going to leave them out a little bit, and I've really got to pick through these. They're pretty beaten up. I've got to see how much I can actually dehydrate. I didn't realize how much of this was beaten up. It's kind of sad. I needed to be harvesting it earlier. If you keep harvesting it, then you're going to have more fresh leaves. and less that are going to be eaten up. So we did the sugar, right? Mint sugar, and then we did a vanilla mint simple syrup for coffee or teas or anywhere you want to use a simple syrup. And then the other thing, the other two ways, I'm going to bring up another one. So there's dehydrating, which you would either hang these and put them in, hang them from a rack and let them air dry, or you would pop them in the dehydrator at your lowest temp available. You want about 90, 95 if you can, but don't go over like is it 105 or 110 or something like that. So my Excalibur that I have actually goes down to that 95 or 96 or something, whereas some don't, like the digital ones don't. That's why I didn't go digital. So you can dehydrate them until they are crispy dry, put them in a jar, and use them as you would tea, a loose leaf tea, or any other application. You can make simple syrup with dried leaves, totally fine. Then the other thing you can do is take these leaves and put them in ice cube trays and freeze them with water, and easily just add those to drinks. So you can make a lemonade and put mint leaves in it and have a minty lemonade by the end of it, or do that with an iced tea and have minty leaves in it, and that would be really good. So there's a lot of ways that you can use those, but those are the two. I'm not going to physically show you those. I was planning on showing you the dehydrating, but these need a lot more work. So dehydrating, I've shown you hanging them from a rack, so I'll pop that video in. And then the sugar and the simple syrup is amazing. I'm gonna go get my coffee. I just heard it finish, and I'll be right back. Let's see. I don't know how much I'm gonna need. Let's see what that's like. Just gonna pop a heavy cream tablet in there. I might do just a touch more. Oh, it smells so good. So good. I'm gonna let that cool a little longer. That is good. It needs more. I'm a frou-frou coffee drinker, guys. Okay. I was trying to be modest with it, but oh yeah. Vanilla and mint with just a little bit of heavy creamer. Oh, that makes me happy. All right, so I'm gonna enjoy my coffee. I hope this encourages you to try some new ways to preserve some of the herbs from your garden. You can do so many different things. I'm thinking pineapple sage with the sugar would be really good. I also think a pineapple sage simple syrup would be good. You can also do simple syrups with honey, which is better for the glycemic index than sugar. I'm going to do a whole series of those at another time. I am trying really hard to replace some of those cravings I get during these holiday seasons that are coming up with some homemade things. And so we're going to be doing a series of videos on different types of simple syrups and how to use them. And then we will also do other fun things with preserving. with sugar and salt and all the things. So I hope you enjoyed. I hope this inspires some creativity, and I hope that you try this. Just be careful with moist leaves. You don't want to add that in to most things. The sugar, it's going to dry out, so we're fine. And in the simple syrup, it cooked down. But when you are talking about adding them into oils or vinegars or things like that, you may want to do dried leaves. That way you don't have things go bad. You can even do a mint extract, but again, you would want to use the dry leaves to stop from changing the proof of your alcohol. So those are just some tips. So I will see you back here on the next video. I'm gonna go enjoy my cup of coffee.